Hi, everyone. Welcome to our Did You Know today. In the chat, tell me where you're coming in from. And if you've been here before, I always love seeing familiar faces. And today we are going to be talking about mastering email. So really, we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty of the mechanics. Of course, we all know how to send an email these days, but let's talk about best practice and strategy and things that you can add to your toolbox when it comes to email. So we're really going to get down to the nitty gritty, and I encourage you as we move through to think about what emails you're sending and how we can move the needle just a little bit and allow ourselves just to get a little bit better every single day. But greetings from Knoxville, Greensboro, Atlanta, South Florida, La Jolla, Tyler, Bethlehem. Hey, so nice to see you all. And also put on if you've been to a couple of our Did You Know series, or maybe if it's your first one. I always love seeing familiar faces and love seeing you guys time and time again. So nice to see you. I am Elise Lambert, Director of Enterprise and Product Marketing. And if I know you, good to see you. Oh, I saw someone from Manitou Springs. That's so exciting. I'm from Colorado Springs originally. Yay. I love Manitou. So what a great place. But anyways, Director of Enterprise Marketing, my job is to keep people like you hip and to allow you guys to do what it is you are really good at. And so just happy to be here and happy to share a little bit of light. And so let's get down to it. I know I sometimes talk a little bit fast, and so I'm always working on slowing down. But don't worry, the recording will always be sent to you afterwards. So look out for that in that follow-up email. And of course, log into FMG as we are going. This is one time you're encouraged to multitask, because sometimes it's easier just to do things, right? You're taking time out of your busy day to spend some time with me. And so I would love for you to log in, follow along, and implement what we're talking about and do it in real time. And some people enjoy the chat, some don't. So you are also welcome to minimize it. But I love this community we've built around our Did You Know series. So love everyone chiming in and all of that. So yay, here we go. As always, we have a really great library of other Did You Knows. So no matter where you are in your FMG, your life, whether you've been with us for a long time or maybe you're brand new, we have a really great library that lives in YouTube about our Did You Know series. So each month I am unraveling a certain piece of the product or some marketing strategies. And last month we covered lead generation. So if you want, go to our YouTube page, which we're about to put in the chat, so you can go follow it. And if you're ever looking to dive into a certain topic, that's a really great library to do so. But last month we talked about lead generation and referrals, social media and blogs, email and referral campaigns, events and webinars, and what we can do. And so we thought today, and going into email tactics and email best practice, would be a really great way for us to continue the conversation. So what we're going to discuss today, email marketing 101, hot email tips, email templates. I think this is something that is completely underutilized. There is a chat screen. So if you guys can pull that up within the Zoom, you can pull up the chat screen. Just got a quick question if we're able to see the direct messages. You shouldn't be, and we want everyone to have that dialogue. And so that is where that chat lives. But we're going to be talking about email, newsletters, automation, and of course, if we have time, a live demo. So feel free to ask questions as we go. And something I wanted to start out talking about today was efficiency is the first step in the journey of innovation. And so with that, we get to think about ways to work smarter and not harder. And one of the ways to do that is through email, of course, and utilizing artificial intelligence. But what we know to be true is that the impact of intelligence on email. So email marketing provides a high ROI. And email marketing is tied for second place in the highest ROI for marketers. So advisors must adapt to change, right? It's important that we are continuously sharpening our tools and our knives to be the best we can, not only with always learning what's up and coming within the market and ways that we can best serve our clients, but also best ways that we can market. So leveraging AI for better email marketing is always really nice. And AI tools can also help us increase this. And adapting innovation is important, right? So today we're going to think about how we can innovate our current emails that we're sending out, how we can get better, and how we can really make sure we are targeting our right audience and creating personalization throughout our communications. And so 80% of marketers say email generates the highest ROI, right? I just talked about this, but according to MailChimp 2021 benchmark report, of course, and then 300 billion emails are sent a day. That is a stinking lot of emails that are being going out. And so how can you stand out? How can you continue to target the right audience and make personalizations and do so in a timely manner as well? Because you're so busy, you wear a lot of different hats. So we want to make sure that we are truly this is a supplemental portion to what you are already doing. But email, and this is where I'm going to encourage you to log in yourself. Email, on average, email open rate should be about 21%. And if you are looking to figure out where you fall, go to in the FMG dashboard under emails and sent emails, you can look at what your open rate is. So just a quick benchmark there to see where you are. And we know that targeting messaging improves the client experience. So I'm encouraging you right now to think about, do you know exactly who your target audience is? And do you have the right messaging to them? Can you tell me without an ounce of doubt exactly who your perfect client is and who you are targeting? Are you targeting baby boomers? Are you targeting millennials? Are you targeting business owners? And so making sure our contacts are organized and segmented appropriately. So dividing your email lists into smaller segments so we can get really granular, making sure that we are sending those personalized messages to the right people. And dynamic content is important too. So, and adding personalized subject lines. I'm going to show you a really cool tool here in a little bit where you can start to enhance your subject lines. And behavioral triggers, right? So starting to create some pieces in your emails that are maybe behavior. So maybe once we see people have visited or engaged in our webinars, are we now engaging with them? And then feedback and surveys. I think this is one of the biggest pieces, and this almost falls under like practice management, but are you asking your current clients how often they would like to be communicated to? And what is their preferred method of communication? We know that on majority of clients and prospects still like email, but ask your clients. So I would encourage you, maybe create an email template of a survey or make this part of your client onboarding process. Ask them, how often do you want to be communicated to? What is your preferred form of communication? Do you want a phone call? Do you want an email? Do you want to receive a text message like through my rep chat or something like that, right? The best way for us to get this information is to simply ask or think about yourself, right? I think we underutilize ourselves. What do you prefer, right? We want to do just that. And so let's dive into some email tips because I think, and write down at least one of these that you're going to incorporate, or in the chat would love for you to incorporate something that you see. Let's see. So here's one that I think this is really important. And this is going into the messaging. And this even applies to your website and webinars and podcasts. But stop talking like an advisor and start talking like your clients. So it is time to ditch the jargon and let's make it really, really simple. We want to be easy to do business with. We want people to know exactly it is what we do and how we can help them, but They don't want all the financial fancy terminology. We want to make this really simple for them. So messaging is so important when we're thinking about our emails. So no one cares what you do. Of course, that's very important and you've spent a lot of time, and I'm not discrediting all the amazing work you do. But what our clients and prospects are looking for is what you can do for them, right? So this is just a really old example, a classic old iPod. I loved my iPod. It got stolen out of my car once. It still makes me really sad. But so here's two examples, right? The world's first portable digital media player. Yeah, that's what it does. But what does that actually mean? It means that you now have 1,000 songs in your pocket. So thinking about the services you provide, what's the outcome? What are you providing for them? Are you providing them solutions for college planning? Are you providing opportunities for retirement? Are you what are they getting out of doing business with you? So I want you to think about that. So think about, maybe write down in front of you, what are some of the key things that you do? But then what's the outcome of that, right? That should be part of our messaging, whether it's emails, whether it's the copy on our website, whether it's part of your blogs. And this is important. So this is something that Samantha Russell, if you don't follow her on LinkedIn, you totally need to, because she's always providing great nuggets. But she said, stop using these types of words in our marketing: holistic, financial freedom, integrated advice. Start writing like a sixth grader can get it. So streamlining complicated finances, reduce your taxes in retirement, right? These are things that people can relate to. This is something that they get, that makes sense to them. Have a plan for income retirement. Maybe they don't have an income plan for retirement, right? Understanding your investments. It's one thing to talk about investments and fancy things, but majority of people don't understand investments. So putting it in layman's terms goes a really, really long way. And instead, write how people talk. So what's the problem and what is the solution? So I've used this before. If you've been to some of my Did You Knows, you can say, oh, well, here it is again. But I just think it's so powerful to talk about. Okay, so this is an example of a conversation. I'm struggling with my new dishwasher. Any slots this week to come hook it up? I'd try myself, but there's a chance I'd flood the place. Answer these questions that your clients have. Hey, I'm struggling figuring out a college savings plan. Anytime I can come in this week, I don't, I'm trying to decide whether I use a 529 or something else, right? Like, write how your clients are thinking and use this in your messaging. And we also want to think about, when we are designing our emails, we want it really easy for them to scan. So we don't want to read it like a book anymore. We want to make sure we have clear headlines, bullet points, really nice ways that they can scan the email, capture the key things you want them to take away, and make it really easy. So do your emails read accordingly. And if they're longer, think about breaking them up, thinking about adding a button, a call to action, all of that. And so also something so important, and it all starts with the subject line, because subject lines are what people are reading. We know that people are receiving 100 emails a day. And so what's getting them to click on that email is a fire hot, awesome subject line. And so what are some keys to awesome subject lines? We want to keep it short and sweet. So subject lines with 6 to 10 words perform best. Personalized subject lines use their first name, add their location. Maybe you say if there's a video in your email. That video, I think I might have in this slide, but adding video to your subject line increases open rates almost automatically. Ask questions and create a sense of urgency and sometimes scarcity. We don't want to scare them too much. But phrases like, hey, 24 hours left to register for our webinar, or hey, limited spots available. So creating that urgency is a really great way to get people to click. Also, adding emojis. Emojis are a great way to incorporate into your subject lines too. So a good subject line impacts your open rates and your responses. And so again, we're thinking about what we're currently doing. Go into your current dashboard right now, look at what emails are what you've sent, and maybe think about ways that you can spice them up to increase that. A tool I like to use is something called subjectline.com. This is a complimentary tool, and I can simply put your subject line in here and it spits out recommendations to how to improve it, which is really cool. So if you are thinking about ways to spice this up, highly suggest you use something like subjectline.com for those emails you're creating, and a really great way to do that. And also another tip, I think this is totally overlooked, but making sure they're optimized for mobile. So within the FMG platform, we do this for you. But 53% of emails are opened on a cell phone. 75% of subscribers delete emails that don't render well, right? Maybe they take too long to load. Maybe they open up and they're really wonky. So always send a test email to yourself as well, just to make sure that they're coming across in a very nice way on mobile, because when are we checking our emails? In between meetings, waiting for the kids to get done with soccer practice, first thing in the morning, last thing before we go to bed. So, and we're doing it on our phone, cleaning it up, getting rid of the stuff that doesn't matter, seeing what subject lines capture our attention. So we want to make sure it comes off really nicely for mobile. And again, that personalization. So average person receives 100 emails a day, and we want to stand out in our messaging. So we want to make sure all of these tips that we just talked about are really going to all incorporate into personalized messaging in our emails, in the segmentation as well. So right message to the right audience. We don't want to be sending, timely tips for young adults to our baby boomers or our retirees. So making sure that the messaging is appropriate there. And video and images. So if you have it incorporated in your emails, videos and images, they perform extremely well. So including visuals in our email campaigns, you can easily create great images in Canva. You can utilize some of our stock footage photos that you can incorporate into your email design. Video. I talk about this all the time. We have the whole Did You Know on videos, but making sure you're adding these, great way to get open rates and all of that. And mention video in the subject line, like I mentioned. So using the word, here's my stat I was looking for. Video in your email subject line can boost open rates by 19%. Wow. And if we're talking about just moving the dial just a little bit, that is really, really important. And so in our emails that we're sending, we always want to make sure we have a clear call to action. Schedule your consultation, book an appointment, sign up for the webinar, save your seat. So do your emails have a clear call to action. Encourage readers to take that next step. What do you want them to do with this information? Download the ebook, take this quiz, try this calculator. Drive actions like website visits, event signups, consultations. So in the chat, I want to see some of your call to actions that you use. So if you have added them, maybe one works better than the other. Maybe you've done some A/B testing. But in the chat, if you guys know of anyone or any one of these call to actions that you use in your emails, feel free to add it in the chat and share what everyone's doing. And with these call to actions, with having a great website, with capturing leads and referrals, and this is really a continuation from our January Did You Know? But once we capture new leads, once we get new emails in our system, once we've collected prospect emails, what are you doing then? Do you have a drip marketing process in place? So once you've had new people come to your newsletter, or maybe they've signed up for their newsletter, maybe they've asked a question on your website, what are you then doing to stay in front of them? And a really great way is to utilize an email sequence, so a drip email marketing process. And it gets even more effective if you are speaking directly to your audience. So do you have your contacts segmented? Do you have it at the bare minimum? It needs to be segmented by contacts and prospects, but get even more creative with it. Do my golfers, my wine drinkers, my travel lovers. Do it by baby boomers, millennials. Do it by geographic location. So we are getting really intentional about who we are messaging, and people are more likely to open up emails that interest them and they know are specifically for them. We want a personalized, unique experience. And so email templates, I love email templates. So most of you know my story. I started out as a financial advisor. I've been a marketing director. I've been in your shoes. Now I'm with FMG. But when I used FMG in your shoes, email templates were some of my very most favorite things. And again, this is really getting into practice management, but this is a great piece to implement into your day-to-day. Create these templates, use them over and over again. And so I wanted to give you some template ideas, but a pre-meeting template. This is an email you send every single time you have a client coming in, maybe before a first meeting, and it has something like, hey, this is where you park. These are what documents we would love for you to bring. We're looking forward to seeing you. Maybe it's a video that is an introduction into your, who they're going to meet when they first come into the office and what they can expect. Maybe they can expect a warm cup of coffee and to sit down and have a conversation, right? So what does that meeting process look like? You can have a post-meeting template. This is one that has all their logins handy, has when their next meeting is. It has, hey, these are what we can look forward to on our next meeting, right? So a post-meeting template, or some of you have a very concise meeting process. You have your first meeting, your second meeting, your third meeting, your first meeting, or your fourth meeting. Create a template for each one of those. And then you can, of course, create the template, and then you can always add, a little blurb at the bottom that you might customize every single time. And it's like, I love that we got to talk about, your trip to Scottsdale. I hope you had a really good time. Let me know how playing TPC is, right? Or I know you're going to be playing some golf. Let me know how it goes. Or, you know what, I heard congrats, your daughter got into college, can't wait, go, I went to TCU, go Frogs, right? Whatever it might be, add your personalization to these templates as well. A meeting reminder. This is a really simple calendar or template that you can use, and you can do that. Recruiting emails, I use this for a lot of recruiting as well, or building your team, or team introductions. Really great way to do that. Okay, so email templates. And where can you do those? So you can create these templates so they can live forever in your content library. But if you go to the left-hand side underneath your tools, you drop down to email templates, and then you can create a template and you can use that time and time again. Email sequences, again, one of my favorite things. A lot of people don't even know that sequences exist in here, and they surely do. So an email sequence is a series of emails that can be set up. If you go in here, and this is a screenshot of some of the very many email sequences we have. We even create very specific and really cool targeted email sequences for our Do It For Me program. But we have asking for referrals, celebrating women we admire, what's not even on here, a new client onboarding sequence. So, hey, you're bringing on a new client, a series of emails that you can set up that are, that go out to them, and you can schedule those out. But if you're not taking advantage of these email sequences, this is your perfect way to meet in the middle. So it's not quite the email automations that we have, but this is a way that you can send them, you can edit them, you can use them as is, or you can edit them. Where do you find these? You find these in the content library under emails. And so this is an example. I was just talking about our new client welcome sequence, and this is a really cool one. So this is a 6 email sequence, and they talk about what it's like being a new client. So again, you can use these as is, or you can edit this. So this is some of the dialogue. It's official. We're a team. You took a big step in connecting with us, and we're thrilled to help you reach your financial goals. Life can move in unexpected ways, and in addition to regular check-ins, we hope to reach out to you with experience, twists, and surprises. And it's a really great email. So again, you can use this as is, or you can come in and make it your own and save it and use it in the future. So come in, check these out. They're a really great way to create that personalized messaging, and set it up and then let those emails go. And then of course, email newsletters. Um, we have a series of email newsletters in our automations, right? We have our video of the month, and these are the ones you can turn on very easily. We have our landing pages. We also so the video of the month goes to a really great landing page. We have our retirement insight example and our monthly insight example. So these are really great automations. So again, your automations are great foundational marketing pieces. You can turn them on and set them up and let them go. This is your set it and forget it feature. So if you haven't turned these on, do so. And in the chat, would love to see if you guys, what are some of your favorite sequences? And in addition to email newsletters, a lot of you can create your own email newsletter. And I actually just thought of this literally 5 minutes before I came on this webinar, but I would love to see some of the email templates, the personal newsletters that you guys have created. So if you have a really great newsletter template that you've created, or your monthly newsletter that you use, that you've made it yourself, you send it out through FMG, I would love to see it. And I actually want to showcase them in a social post. So if you guys wouldn't mind, if you have a really great, awesome personal newsletter that you send on a regular basis, send it to marketing@fmgsuite.com. I want to see them. I would love to highlight some of them. So hopefully we see some really cool ones, and would love to see what you guys are doing, because I think with this community, we're able to share really great ideas. I love to see how you're incorporating this all into the field. And some of you are already doing a lot of this stuff. So I would love to see that. And so email automation as well. So one of our referral automations is a great way to unlock the power of automation. Asking for referrals is so great. And of course, automations such as that birthday card, holiday automations. So taking advantage of these, turning these on for foundational email marketing is a great place to start. So again, we don't have to start creating custom templates today. We don't have to start creating custom newsletters today. Just turn these on and you can start there. And then you can start building some of the fun stuff and the unique stuff. And something else I wanted to cover today was email domain verification. And before I go into that, I'm getting a lot of comments on making sure we can show where the email sequences are. And so we will do that on the dashboard during our demo session. But email domain verification. So log in with me right now and make sure that your domain verification is done. So where do you do that? If you go, click on your name in the top right corner of the email, the FMG dashboard, scroll down to settings, and we're going to scroll down to the place that says custom domain for email delivery. And we want to make sure this is turned on. And of course, if you ever have any trouble, you can reach out to our support team. You can chat with us, you can email us, you can call us. If you're having any questions, because this is some nitty gritty like domain verification stuff but we are happy to help you turn this on. And we want to make sure that you are verified and your emails going out are verified. So go to this section and you want to make sure that in this box down here at the bottom, this picture that says custom domain for email delivery, it will have your profile name, your domain name, and we want the status to say verified. And if it says unverified, we want to make sure that send verification email is on. This is a really big picture to make sure our emails are going out, that we are getting really clean send rates. So just go in, make sure that this is on. And of course, if you're having any trouble, please you can jump in the chat right now and we're happy to show you. And if it says if it's in review, that might be up to your compliance as well. And if it's unauthenticated, you can always reach out to us as well. And according to statistics, 59% of consumers say marketing emails influence their purchase decisions, highlighting the persuasive power of well-crafted email campaigns for financial professionals. So with that, email is so powerful. And this is something that and I've showed this before, but again, just showing the power and especially like putting our money where our mouth is. We want to look at ROI, especially when it comes to marketing and the time spent on marketing. And so these are just some marketing tactics, but one, drip marketing is one of the best ways. So it has a 20% usage rate. So only 20% of advisors are actually using these, but it has a high satisfaction rate and a really great success rate at 51%. And it's not a huge cost, and revenue per new client is pretty great too. So really, I'm looking at this, really thinking about our drip marketing specifically. And again, just making sure that we're collecting, as we collect new leads, as we gain new clients, that we are consistently touching them and talking to them on a regular basis. And so what if you don't have a big email list? I get this question a lot, like, man, if I only had more people to talk to, or, I'm really working on acquiring new prospects. What are some ideas, right? We can always partner with a COI. And I covered a lot of this in the last, Did You Know, really thinking about lead generation and referral specifically. But again, just a nice refresher that um, you can partner with a COI, a center of influence. So this could be an estate plan. Taxes are big right now. Talk about that. That's what people want information on. Bring on a CPA, a tax planning attorney, or other COIs. It's, springtime, it's March. People are getting outside. You could do a workout specialist. Just, think about all these really great COIs you can incorporate. And this is a great way for you to have them contribute to an email, contribute to a blog, bring them on a webinar, have them also share with their networks to help you grow. Social media, also a really great way always to add to your email list. And when you're sending out emails, tell your clients that they can also share those emails with their loved ones and friends and colleagues and all of that. And I think this is just like very simple, but timely content wins every single time. We are living in the time of information. People want their information now. They wanted it actually yesterday. And so timely content wins all the time. So our Do It For Me program, which I talk about a lot, but this is a really interesting statistic. Do It For Me marketing program, their timely emails have a 70% open rate on average. And that is spectacular. Earlier, I talked about the average, right? The average is 21 to 24%. And so timely content, go into the content library, look at that timely content that's in there, right? Timely right now would be taxes. Timely right now would be, I think, Medicare enrollments coming up in March, some other things. So if you're looking for recommended content and timely content, here it is, right here for you. So content planning for March, wanted to give you guys just some really good ideas. Write these down or go tee them up in the library as we go through them. But our tax strategy presentation, you can download this presentation, you can share it via email, you can share all these pieces, you can create an event using the events tool. But this presentation covers reviews from tax strategies from 2023, discussing impact of regulatory changes in 2024, and insights on how to navigate tax landscaping. So really great content for you to share via email in the coming months. Thinking more about content planning and emails you can send out, but RMDs and charitable donations, really great. This is a premium content feature. Very timely. This email explains to clients, those QCDs, RMDs, what to support and improve charity rather than a foundation. So really cool stuff here. And of course, holidays and observances coming up for March, Women's History Month. Really cool one. And we have a email sequence for this. We have a social sequence for this, and more content planning. So 2024 tax planning, white papers, great things to share in emails. That's a great place. Lead generation, tax season social sequence, and that tax guide. And we have a giveaway today. And what it is we are giving away. So again, I'm talking about taxes. So we're giving away one of our specially written, did you know, do it for me emails. So this email is a tax email for prospects and clients. And this is specifically written for our do it for me clients, but we wanted to give it away for you all. And we are also providing an email marketing checklist. So a lot of the things we covered today, you're going to get a checklist on all of this for you. So look for that in the email follow-up. And also today we have a special giveaway. So we are going to be choosing 10 people. And so attendees with essential marketing packages have the chance to win an additional package add-on for free to help you grow your business in 2024. So winners will be contacted this Friday. And so if you would like to enter this, I just launched it. So the first question is, would you like to enter? And if you do win, what add-on you would be interested in. So we're going to put all these names in a hat. We're going to pick 10 lucky winners, and let us know what you are most interested in adding on. So here we go. I'll give us some time to do that. And as you guys are doing that, we're going to keep moving forward. And a lot of questions about our Do It For Me program. The amount of times we've all said it, man, I just wish I had someone to do it for me. That's why we came up with it. But with our Do It For Me program, you get a really amazing content marketing calendar. You get exclusively written content by Samantha Russell, our chief evangelist, and Susan Theodore, our CMO, and you have your very own dedicated marketing specialist that helps you execute, increase client engagement, drip on your prospects and COIs, and take that heavy lift off. So if you really want to learn more about Do It For Me, you can scan this QR code. We can also add this code to the chat. For those of you that are looking for a more specialized approach. And of course, we have the FMG app. Don't sleep on it. This is a great way to send out those timely emails. And now let's get to the demo. So let me share my screen. Okay, and in the chat, can you all see my screen? I'm not sharing anything. We can see the content library. Yay, okay, we are in the content library. And the first thing we're gonna look at are our email sequences here. So if I'm looking for email sequences, I'm going to come to the content library and I am going to, in this blue navigation, I am going to look at emails. And there, da, da, da. And it's going slow. Here we go. Finally. Okay, so there's a couple ways we can do this. There's a lot of different ways to skin a cat within the system, but we can do, once it comes up, you could use the filter in the right-hand corner, and that will give you some filtered options. Let me try refreshing this real quick. And oh my gosh, and I just saw this. I hope everyone saw this. We had Jeanette use the taxes template you showed, and their open rate is 65%. Yay! That is a spectacular win. Love to see it. All right, email sequences. So we have our email right here. So best way to do this is to come to filters, and you can come to type and do email sequences. And here you can check out all of the email sequences. And yes, this email or this replay will be available. And so here now you can see all of our sequences. And of course, we are updating these on a regular basis. Do It For Me has specially written sequences available to them. But in the presentation, I touched on our new client welcome series. So let's look through this. So this is a 6 email sequence. And this is the first email that goes out. And you can dictate how many days in between each email. So it's sent, and then 7 days later, I'm going to send them another email. So this is a great drip campaign for new clients to build that relationship, to build that trust, to build that credibility. And then another email goes out after 7 days. And of course, at this point, we don't want to bombard them. So now we're gonna increase the amount of time that which we're sending this email. Now we're gonna wait 60 days. So there's that next email. And let's say I want to use this sequence. Okay, so again, I can use this as is and fire it off. I can also come in and make my own edits to it. So you can use this on a 1-by-1 basis, or you can create a group of people and send it to them. So it's loading, of course, and so much great dialogue in here. And here we go. Of course, I swear it only goes slow if we are on a webinar. So thank you for standing by. And we had so many people sign up for the giveaway. I'm so excited. And it looks like a lot of people are interested in the video of the month and the Retirement Insight newsletter. So that is really neat to see. And again, if you guys have a personal newsletter that you have created, make sure to send it to marketing@fmgsuite.com. We would love to see some of the special stuff that you all are creating. All right, maybe this is just going so slow. I don't know what's happening. But also, while you're in the dashboard right now, take a look at your current open rates. Look at what's going on. Maybe if you've had emails that have bounced, that's a good time to reach out to your clients and say, hey, did you get a new email? Or do I have the correct email for you? So going in and looking at those statistics is a really great way to do a check on that. So I don't know why this isn't, of course, this isn't going to open for me right now. But maybe I can, I don't know. And it's starting to rain here. So maybe that has something to do with it. But those are email sequences. And then also going in and checking your emails, your sent and scheduled area. So if we want to look at past emails and our open rates and all of that, I'm coming down on the left-hand side, coming to emails and going to my sent and scheduled area. Here I can see what was sent, the subject, the status, whether it's been sent, or maybe it's awaiting compliance review or approval. And then I can also see how many people it was sent to, my open rates, my click-through rates, and nothing wants to load right now. So we will look into that immediately for you all to see what is happening, but really great way. And then one more thing we want to look at is the domain verification. We broke the internet. We're better than Beyonce. Wasn't that a big Super Bowl thing? We're way cooler than her. But yes, we all are trying to navigate at the exact same time. But yeah, which is so great. You guys are following along. This is amazing. This is exactly what this Did You Know series is for. Our internet is ready for it to be Friday. Absolutely. All right. So we also want to check out our domain verification. So where do I find that? We're just going to go back to this section for now, and we are going to share the slideshow for now. But we want to make sure we're showing that domain verification. Go in and check your open rates. And again, like I said, look at your unsubscribes, look at your bounce rates. Great way to check in with clients. We don't want to have a lot of unsubscribes. So maybe if you had an email that unsubscribed with a lot of unsubscribe rates, reach out to those clients and say, hey, I saw you unsubscribed, especially if it's a client. Maybe if it's a prospect, it's not big of an idea, not as big, but we just want to keep an open and honest dialogue with our clients. But save the date for our next webinar, add this. Oh, and we just got a really great question. So as you guys are adding this to your calendar, what's the difference between clicks and open rates? So within your sent and scheduled area, there are some metrics. So sends is the amount of people you sent it to, and your clicks, and then, okay, so then your open rates are the amount of people that actually opened your email, and clicks are the amount of people that opened it and scrolled through and might have clicked through something. So sent is your first indicator, then you have your open rates, and then you have your click-through rates. And where do you find the unsubscribed email list? That is in the sent and scheduled section. So you can go through that exact email that was sent, and then you can get in a detailed log of who opened it and who unsubscribed and who bounced. So great place for, maybe we can share the help article in the chat. What click-through rate is considered good on average? So industry average is 21 to 24%. And if you have something higher, I'd love to hear it, or I'd love to see what emails you're sending where you're getting really great click-through rates. So save the date for our next one, and we're going to open it up for Q&A. And I don't mean to toot our own horn, you guys, but we've been receiving some really cool awards. So if you just wanted a nice refresher that you were in the right place with the right platform, these are there. I just thought it was kind of cool. We've been winning some really cool awards lately, but if you're looking to upgrade, if you're looking for more information, you of course can scan this QR code. I'm going to stay on for just a second, see if we have any questions. I know I've gone over, and as of right now, so we just got a question, is there a way to see if they've clicked on multiple links in an email? As of not right now. No, it's something that we are thinking about. We've always thought about putting on our radar. And how do you diplomatically get clients to open the emails you send? Also something really important. I'm really glad you brought that up. Part of your onboarding process with clients, it's really important to have them add your email to their contact list in their emails, right? So we get that all the time, like, hey, if you want to make sure you receive our emails, please make sure to save us as a contact. Really great way to ensure your emails are getting to your audience. So maybe we talked about templates earlier. That would be a really great way to incorporate a template after that first meeting is, hey, please make sure to add us to your contact list. And to create a drip list in FMG, is it possible? Yes, you can do so. You can create a contact list that you want to drip on, and you can group them accordingly. You can group them either in your CRM, which I always encourage you to keep as your source of truth, or you can create a group specifically in there. Source, and I'm sorry, I'm reading, but you can create that, and then you can easily drip on them. You can either put them in an automation, or you can use an email sequence to drip on them as well. All right, with that, you guys, this was a spectacular time together. I'm going to jump. I want to be mindful of your time. If you have specific questions, please reach out to chat. In the chat right here, in the last second or two, add something that maybe you're taking away or you're excited about incorporating. We love spending time with you. Add me on LinkedIn. I want to see all the great marketing you're doing, and join us in March for that next piece. And happy emailing, everyone. Looking forward to seeing you, and looking forward to seeing all the great things you're doing. Thank you so much. Yay, exciting to incorporate weekly video content. I would love to see your video content, especially if you guys are creating your own videos. All right, everyone. Thank you. Have a great day.